Hey guys, Dunners here from Next Level PvP, and today I'm going to be going over the gearing for the upcoming expansion, Mr. Pandaria, for the Hunter class in Season 12. I'm going to be covering each item slot and the correct gems, enchanting and reforging to do for each, to make sure you guys are going to be all set for the best equipment for arenas at level 90. So, it looks like to start with in Mr. Pandaria, that for Hunters, Beast Mastery is going to be the dominant spec. For this reason, we're going to need to make sure that our gear is optimized to deal the maximum damage for this talent specialization. Now all the gear shown today is part of the Malevolent Gladiator set, and that's going to be the Epic Arena set for Season 12. So if we look at the gear, just to go over the few basics in terms of stats and reforging, range classes require 5% hit rating, which has been the case pretty much since the start of PvP for Hunters at least. So the main priority on reforging is to ensure you're hit capped with at least 5% hit to make sure you don't miss. Now of course races such as Night Elves have got the racial ability that basically means they have got a 2% chance that they may not be hit by melee or range attacks, so we cannot cater for all races, but 5% hit is definitely a must have. Now a new introduction to Mists of Pandaria is that range attacks can now be dodged and parried, which basically means for the first time ever we're going to have to go for expertise stat, which is quite annoying, and I'll go into that in a bit more in a second. Now as the chosen talent spec for Hunters in Mr. Pandaria is going to be Beast Mastery for the first season, Season 12 at least. This means we're going to have to max out Mastery where we can, because Mastery, what it does is it increases the direct damage that our pets deal. And as pet damage is key for the Beast Mastery spec, we're relying on a pet to be on the target and kill command, blink strike if you're spec'd into that, and obviously burst with Beast Giraffe and such. So we need Mastery to help our pets do more damage, in short. Now we're going to be unable to cap expertise at the moment, so on the items that do not have Mastery on already, I'm going for reforging expertise on wherever I can, basically because there's nothing worse than having a scatter shot dodged or parried if you're trying to trap a healer, or if you're just about to kill shot something and then that gets dodged, then it could potentially lose you an arena game. So basically the priority on reforging in general for Hunter PvP is go for 5% hit rating first of all, and then reforge items that already have got Mastery on into expertise. If they don't have Mastery on already, reforge to Mastery. So if we start off with the head slot, here we've got the Malevolent Gladiator's Chain Helm. As you can see, the stats on all of the arena gear has increased a heck of a lot since Cataclysm. This means that to cap hit rating, just as one example, we need a heck of a lot more hit than before. All PvP items now have a new stat for Mr. Pandaria called PvP Power. PvP Power increases the damage and healing that you do to other players. In my opinion, it's a great addition to the game. It means that PvE gear will hopefully be less prominent for new expansion, which is really cool in my opinion. This helm already has some pretty nice stats, so we've got 483 Mastery, 723 Expertise, and 433 PvP Resilience. As we need Mastery for pet damage and Expertise to help our attacks not be dodged, I've chosen not to reforge this helm. In terms of gems, I have chosen the Agile Primal Diamond for the meta slot, which seems to be the best meta gem at the moment. What it does, it increases agility and it also gives you a damage bonus. And basically in terms of Hunter gemming in general, you want to go for agility where you can, as it's a raw stat and it increases your attack power as well as critical strike rating. And it also scales with buffs such as Blessing of Kings and Mark of the Wild. In the red socket here we've gone for a Delicate Serpent's Eye. That gem is epic. It's not unique, so you can use it in more than one slot, which is really cool. For the enchant, I have chosen the Arcanum of Vicious Agility. This grants 60 agility, 35 PvP resilience. It's an old Cataclysm enchant, and the only reason I've used it is because there's no Mr. Pandaria head enchants up on the char dev yet. Now if you look at the stat bonuses, as you can see, having 2 and 4 pieces of the Hunter armor set grants some pretty nice bonuses. The 2 set gives a bonus to PvP power and an increase to PvP power when rapid fire is active. and the 4 set grants both a 25% focus regeneration rate and 1000 bonus to PvP resilience. So overall there's some pretty nice bonuses in comparison to some of our old armor set bonuses. Going down, we've got the neck slot here, and for the neck I have chosen the Malevolent Gladiator's Necklace of Prowess. This necklace has already got mastery on it, which is really great. I've chosen to reforge the haste into expertise here because haste is not such a great stat for hunters really in PvP. To actually see an effect you need loads and loads of haste rating to actually see an increase on your focus regen or attack speed, so I've not really tried to go for any haste where I can. Next up we've got the shoulder slot, and here is the Malevolent Gladiator's Chain Spolders. Again, on these I'm reforging the haste, but this time into mastery, as the shoulders have already got some expertise on them. The shoulders are gemmed up with an Adept Sardonyx. These gems are epic and unique equipped, so you can only use them in one slot. The shoulders are enchanted with Greater Tiger Claw Inscription, which grants a huge 200 agility and 100 crit rating, which appears to be the best shoulder enchant for hunters at the moment in Mists. If we go down to the cloak slot, we've got here the Malevolent Gladiator's Cape of Prowess. Now I haven't reforged this item at all. As you can see, a lot of the offset items, cloak, neck, braces and so on give you actually a couple options available in terms of the item one you go for. Now on all of these offset items I've gone for the mastery version because obviously we're playing beast mastery in season 12, so we need that extra pet damage. For the enchant on the cloak I've chosen Superior Critical Strike, which appears to be one of the best enchant options at the moment. Moving onwards again, we've got the chest slot here, which is the Malevolent Gladiator's Chain Armor. Here I've gone for reforging the crit rating into hit rating. The chest is enchanted here with Super Resilience, which grants a huge 200 PvP resilience, very nice. For gems, got the Delicate Serpent's Eye in the red slot, and the Lucent Sardonyx, which is another epic gem granting 100 agility, 200 PvP resilience in the orange slot. And as you can see in all cases here, I'm matching the gems to the correct colour slots to get the bonus for doing so, and in this case you get 120 PvP resilience just for matching the slots, so that's worth doing really. Last up on the left hand side of the gear, we've got the Malevolent Gladiator's Wrist Guards of Alacrity. I reforged the haste here into expertise and enchanted the braces with Enchant Bracer Greater Agility, which provides a much welcome 180 agility bonus. Now if we look at the range slot, unfortunately the Charred Dev does not actually have any ranged weapons up at the moment, but of course we'd go for either the Malevolent Gun, Bow or Crossbow depending on what you prefer or your class is. Like if you're a dwarf you'd probably go for gun, but as I'm undead I can pretty much choose what I want, usually go for the bow, occasionally crossbow. Heading on to the right side, we've got first of all the hand slot. The gloves we've got are the Malevolent Gladiator's Chain Gauntlets. The gloves as a static, they basically reduce the cooldown of traps and Black Arrow by 2 seconds, which is a pretty nice extra. We won't be utilising Black Arrow's Beast Mastery spec as it's unique for survival, which is a shame, but at least we get the 2 seconds off traps. As you can see here, the gloves have hit rating and crit rating on, so I'm going to reforge the crit into mastery. For the gemming, I've gone for an Assassin Zionite, which is another unique epic gem, grants a lovely 100 agility and 200 PvP power.